Hi, I'm Coop. Welcome to my kitchen, where I'd like to share some food and tips that have helped me and my family enjoy the way we eat healthy. Today, I'm not in my kitchen, but at my dining room table, where I'd like to share some tips that I have discovered on my journey. Talking about scales, they're nice to have just in general. That way you can get to know about how much of a certain ingredient you're using in the meals that you make for yourself. That way, whenever you go to the store, you know that you are getting the correct amount. That way you're not buying too much and wasting food, or buying too little and then having to go back to the store. But they are a necessity if you're going to determine the calories that are in your meal. I like using this large one in the kitchen because of its large weighing platform. That way whenever I put my pots and pans on there, I can still see the readouts. And then also, I find it gives me a more precise measurement for my raw ingredients. Unfortunately, it doesn't have an elevated weighing platform, so it's affected by how flat the surface is, and if anything moves it around or bumps it around, which is inevitable at whenever you're cutting and weighing out stuff in the kitchen. So that's why I actually have it on its own elevated platform for myself, and I really like using this one at the table because of its elevated weighing platform. So I know that I'm still getting a good measurement. Weight measurements, even whenever people are bumping around eating anything that can shake your table. So both of these are still giving me good, precise measurements that'll help me determine how much I'm eating and how much I put into my own meal. But it's really important to also know how to operate your scales. So they're all going to be able to turn on power. This one has a weird one where its tare and power button are the same button. So that can be a little finicky sometimes. And the tare button is probably the most important one that you have. That way you can actually put something on top of your scale and zero it out so that you can weigh out either your meal that you're putting onto your plate or your raw ingredients inside of its serving bowl and not have to do any additional math that you would have to subtract the weight of the bowl. And then there's also the units, which both of these do grams, kilograms, ounces, and pounds. That way you can just figure out your ingredients in your preferred weight unit. If you're looking to lose weight, the best thing that I can tell you to do is to start counting calories. I know that sounds like a lot of work, because it is, but it's very educational. That way, whenever you start counting calories, you figure out where you're consuming your calories, whether they be in meals, and which meals, or if it's in desserts and snacking, or possibly even drinks that have additional calories in them that you don't necessarily think about. It's very helpful to realize where you're consuming calories and where you would be able to be willing to cut them out on your weight loss journey. I know that in my family, I have a couple of people that have taken a couple of different approaches to counting calories. One of them still counts calories every single meal, just notes them down, and that is working great for them, and it's still working great for them. And then there was another person who counted calories for a couple months, and this has helped him change his habits because he knew where he could lose calories at, because he's probably snacking too much and also probably putting too much on his plate at dinner. And that has allowed him to change his habits to realize that he doesn't need to snack quite as much, and he's been able to learn a little bit better portion control, and that's working great for him too. So counting calories doesn't have to be forever. It doesn't even have to be for a very long time, just as long as you find a weight loss solution that works for you. I find that apps are very useful in counting calories, and depending on your phone, you might already have one on there. But I suggest looking into a few different apps. That way you find the one that works for you. Because if it doesn't work for you, you're not going to use it every day. And if you don't use it every day, you're not going to make forward progress in your weight loss journey. If you like this tip video, be on the lookout for future videos. Thanks for stopping by. Please feel free to like, subscribe, and comment. You can check out my Instagram at n_coops_kitchen. Now go make some great tasting food.